hours of Monday, 25th of September 2023, Nigerians wake up with the news, say, fire don't catch some session or a session of the Supreme Court where they for inside Abuja. People come the fear, say, wetin dey happen? Why Ibi say this fire go happen now? Why it go happen when Ibi say Peter Obi will be the presidential candidate of the Labour Party and Atiku Abubakar will be the presidential candidate of the PDP? Don't carry their waka enter inside Supreme Court. As it happen, I want to say I no go agree as the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal use happen for inside the 2023 election. As in carried out, I no go agree enter inside Supreme Court. People gonna say, why e be say of all places we go born Supreme Court? Now come they born. In fact, the thing come begin trend for social media. Say which documents they for that session where they born, which paper they there where they born, what is going on? Well, as soon as they ask the question, I make I come carry my moo and we sabi everything. Enter inside studio, Mr. Darlington, him the barrister of the law, won't make we even hear that matter. Why people they too agitated about this Supreme Court burning where be say he born today? My name is Precious A. Welcome to Update with Precious today. Mr. Darlington, over to you. Waiting they happen. Why people they worried, particularly about this particular Supreme Court matter?
Yeah, everybody where they Nigeria is supposed to be worried because this is like a deja vu. You know, it's like they don't come again. I don't know why whenever a very serious issue they ground in any of our institutions, something will happen there. Remember the NNPC towers at Falomo? Now so they want prove something and the place catch fire. Remember Nitel? When Shagari there for office, Nitel at Marina, that 32 story. Now so the place catch fire again. Remember so many, the Igbosere court. So why is
because I remember saying the Igbosere court, it be like say somebody can't even quote them for during their court case. Say, those documents on are defined, fire don't burn them for court.
So is that, and you know why this thing is going on? Because nobody is held accountable. Even when they discover the person may be too big for you to mention their name. That is why Nigeria is not moving forward. The Supreme Court of all places, I am sure, very, very sure, that this is not a mere coincidence. Even though we cannot pinpoint, we didn't catch anybody, but it's very strange. Remember that countdown to 2015 election, AIT was bringing out a documentary on the line of Bodilon and the essential Buhari. With all the documentary evidence, all of a sudden, Tinubu and Buhari went to court and asked them to stop airing that documentary. No do. The place will catch fire.
Which place?
AIT. The place catch fire. A section of that place catch. So why is it always like that? That is the question Nigerians should be asking. Why is it always like that? This mysterious fire. I mean, it's unbecoming. Remember, even Tedu Show Market, where there's some people are trading there, they said all of a sudden, something will just land and fire will burst out. The way the traders were describing it. So this strange fire that is occurring in Lagos and in our institution, why is it that nobody don't go find out what they happen? That is why the thing has continued. And for a big matter like a presidential election matter, it looks very strange. Very, very strange.
But must we tie this matter? Must we tie this matter to the presidential election petition?
They say, why you never burn since? Why you never catch fire since? Answer me.
But accident they give time when it happen.
That is it. This accident, it looks much to be desired. They say witch cry in the night, pikin die in the morning. Do you know anybody to ask you who keep pikin? That is the issue here. And it's very, very it's very, very common whenever any big issue is being discussed in Nigeria. Something must happen. Let me tell you something, maybe you don't know. When the $2.8 billion was being discussed, even Fela sang with it, that was as far back as 1979. That matter was being discussed in the after they handed over. That was in 1981, 82, 83. When they were what discussed at the National Assembly, Saraki's father, the senior Saraki, he was the one that read the letter that they wrote to Midland Bank to tell them who owed that money, the $2.8 billion that entered that bank in the US. They replied them and said, yes, there was such a money, but the name, they didn't disclose the name of the person. So Saraki and the National Assembly, they were trying to find out. They set up a committee. 2 weeks into that committee, Shagede was overthrown. And who was the NNPC chairman then? Buhari. Who benefited from that coup? Buhari. What does that tell you? Up to today, nobody found out who took that money there, who owns it. Up to today. And I was expecting that when Buhari took over, he would have probed into that. Up to today, nobody talk about that money. Fela sang with it. You know how much $2.8 billion mean to Nigeria at that time? You know how that time that money just went like that. So it has been very common. Whenever Nigeria want to find out something about their life, about their country, something big will happen. And nobody will dare to go and find out. In a Senate line, they will dig and dig. FBI, CIA, all of them will go and find out what happened. But not in Nigeria. Everything will cover it. Everything will cover it. Everything will cover it. That is why things are not moving forward. So the question is, when is it going to end? When are we going to say, yes, enough is enough? Why is it that whenever any big name is involved, the so-called big name, who are the problem of this country, things like this will happen? And nobody will care to ask questions.
So you remember, say, get a case where we said the carry go court, we been, in the past, and we been consigned Oga President now, will be then former governor of Lagos State, as it get to do with in company or in alleged company, Alpha Beta. See, Alpha Beta, they collect 10% of all the taxes where Nigeria, where Lagosians they pay.
Yes.
You understand?
It's part of what they did.
Exactly. So say as they carry and go court and all that, Igbosere High Court.
High Court.
You understand? So people now don't begin link the Igbosere High Court burning to people begin link because lawyer testify say Igbosere High Court burning. Now there now the documents we get wait for proof say 10% of the money for Lagos that Tinubu hand they enter and there you get burned. So people don't begin link that case will happen for Igbosere Court now and this one now will happen. You feel say any correlation there?
I said you just said it. That's why I'm telling you that when witch cry in the night, the pikin die in the morning. Do you need any suicide to tell you? Because do you have evidence? Do you have evidence? That is why people have been getting away with crime. They make it difficult for you to pin them down. Is that how to be clever? Destroying our institution just for your own selfish interests. Even you are even going too far. 1 month into this administration, something happened at EFCC. DSS raided that place and collected all the documents, all the file, all the everything that had to do with Tinubu and his Alpha Beta. It's on record.
What's it make it say in documents and collect? We know say DSS raid collect some documents, but and then even DSS then warn EFCC to hands off some cases and all that. So what's it make you think say
they mentioned that case? They mentioned that because that is why Bawa has stubbornly refused to write even statement because the guy is angry over what happened. He's angry. Why do you think
they still hold am since?
Of course, you said he never write statements. He refused to write statement. Well, Precious, a lot is going on that can make you angry.
So wait, hold on a minute. So now waiting this time to don't make Bawa will be the former EFCC or will be the EFCC because he never resigned. They never even sack him.
They don't put another person there now.
So you see now waiting make Bawa never agree.
He had been very angry after what happened. Very, very angry. The man said it himself. Why would it be those high profile cases? Why? Can't you ask yourself that question? Why? We are destroying Nigeria gradually. Things that can never happen in US. You dare not. No matter how high you are. Look at Donald Trump. The former most powerful man on earth. Look at what they are doing to him. But here, ordinary riffraffs are dealing with us anyhow. And we kept quiet. My dear, this infamy is heading to somewhere. I am telling you. I told you here, go and look at what happened in Nigeria in 1964, 1965, 1966, that culminated in what inevitably happened in 1967. It's all about election. Go and check. the so-called Wild West and all that culminated in 1967 event, go and check. It's all about election matter, and it happened in the Southwest here. You can see all the signs. The handwriting is on the wall. Whether you like it, the handwriting is on the wall. But they should not allow what happened in the house of Pharaoh to happen in the house of Herod, though. Is my own proverb to this matter.
But very quickly, Festus Akonde will be the public relations officer of the Supreme Court. Don't come out come talk say no matter what thing happens, say the document them we born no get
What do you
anything
expect from
to do with the
What do you expect
presidential
from
case
just
we did
wait
before
now.
them, and say you know go affect anything for the presidential
True
petition
talk.
we did before
What
them.
do you expect him to say? To tell you that everything has been consumed by fire? Is that what you expect him to say? He's a media person now. He knows how to package it. They have been saying it's one chamber. Meanwhile, independent sources are telling you there is more than one. So they can't tell you the whole truth. As long as they are speaking for government, you can't expect any truth from them. You can't. You can't. So I don't want to believe them until the Supreme Court to start their matter. Look, this matter is going to delay the sitting of the Supreme Court judges. Because by the time they will start organizing and reorganizing, yes, now, remember, somebody is buying time in the US, telling them to delay the release of documents. And then this one now is happening here. They cannot tell the court here to delay sitting, but they can do something that will make them to delay sitting. You can see now.
But the courts now don't learn how to sit virtually now. The Kano State election judgment now virtually they give them. So our Supreme Court not fit decide say they go so hold virtually.
No.
During the coronavirus, some cases they be here and virtually too.
There are standard procedure in the Supreme Court over cases like this. So you don't expect them to all of a sudden turn it upside down because of one man. No. They are going to do the normal thing they normally do in cases like this. But the thing is that we are not sure exactly what happened. In spite of what Akonde is saying, we don't know the level of damage that have been done. Because when Esther interviewed me, I was telling her, she said that we are in a digital age. I said digital, we are Nigeria, digital. We digital in Nigeria. If US is talking about digital age, you two will be talking about digital age, Abi. Election was conducted in America. We are here counting their votes. We are counting the votes of American election here in Nigeria. Can that happen here in Nigeria? Even the one you are looking at Korokoro with your two eyes, you cannot count it. Not to talk of.
Okay, so Mr. Darlington, as a lawyer, I could visit what happened for inside US. You know, on Thursday night when you've been there together. And the last time we visit, we record this show. Oga Tinubu been gets, in fact, a lawyer, judge been called for an emergency sitting as he get to do with Oga Tinubu emergency appeal or urgent appeal as he get to do with in case where he be say a magistrate been done order make Chicago State University give Oga Atiku Abubakar the documents we get to do with Tinubu as he used go school for Chicago State and as he used work for inside Chicago State. And as just a few hours before the school will begin release those documents, Oga Tinubu lawyers make emergency appeal and court can't get to sit down. As they plead for inside that appeal, they can't talk, say the kind thing will go happen to them, say severe irreparable damage go happen to them if they release those documents. So say make them leave the document first, at least from now till today will be Monday. So now today now we go know what's in the court go talk. You know, say they just a break for where they did. We never see what's in the happen yet. So first of all, how you see that thing? Because Tinubu people they argue something, but when I ask, when you answer first, now I tell you what's in the argument be.
Now you see, somebody should have asked Tinubu, what is that thing that will happen to him before that will not happen today, that he has the court to delay it until today? What is that irreparable damage that did not happen since that will not happen? They should delay his matter till today. Precious, this man is simply buying time.
To do it in
because the matter in Nigeria at the Supreme Court is time bound. Is time bound. That is game plan. All this delay, wait to this, there is no irreparable damage. He's simply buying time. So that by the time the Supreme Court would have closed submission of document and evidence, even any other thing you bring, they will tell you that it is out of time.
Out of time.
That's the simple. There's no other.
No, but you know, say reacting to this case, reacting to this particular case, Tinubu lawyers them, you know, where some media people be interviewed, talk, say, not be say that they even talk the matter, say what's in be the real problem for the matter, and say the magistrate will give the order, no suppose give an order because you know they within in jurisdiction to order the school to release documents. Rather, now within in jurisdiction to suggest to the high court judge, will be this woman now, will be say give this judgment to suggest to the high court judge. So that the high court judge might make anything happen. So say this, the magistrate go straight ahead, give an order, and say that one not supposed to be like that. You don't see I'm like that.
You see, you know when you have boxed yourself into a corner, you'll be looking for straws. When you are drowning, you'll be looking for a drowning man catches a straws. Are you getting it? That's what the Tinubu and his team are doing now. They are looking for the slightest excuse. Meanwhile, whether out of office, this matter will not give Tinubu will not be the same again, because this matter is the talk of every international media now. His matter, in fact, he's making it worse by the way he's going about it. This thing that the lawyers are saying, this man has a jurisdiction, he does not have jurisdiction. Please, if it is in the favor of Tinubu, will they raise such an argument? They will not. You see what I'm saying? So why tell the US court what to do and what not to do? They know the procedure over there. They cannot come and carry Nigerian mentality to US and expect them to back. It's not possible. Let us see what will happen today, whether the lady who is presiding today will agree to what they are saying. Remember, the judge who ruled on that matter said that Tinubu weakened his case by submitting a contentious document as his
that is the magistrate
court.
The magistrate
court.
The magistrate,
Gilbert. He said it that he made his case what? He weakened his case by submitting a contentious document. You see what I'm telling you? Any criminal lawyer will tell you that criminal always leave a trail. They always leave a trace. In their effort to be clever by half, they always make a mistake that will rob them.
But nobody don't be criminal yet now, because
I said criminal suspects.
Okay.
That will lead any intelligent criminal lawyer to pin them down. Now let me tell you, Precious, in our constitution, this contraption you call constitution, there is no place that says you must, except you present a certificate. That is when you will be taken as a president.
No place say you
must. No place is that you only have if you can prove that you can read and write.
Oh, nobody say you must go school.
Nobody.
Well, no vex so Mr. Valenti, this thing I beg you, make una no vex so. Make I even ask this question, because it can't be like say our lawmakers they need to even do their
That is what I'm telling you.
Because why it be say the basic requirement to enter inside civil service, no vex, make I land, no vex. Why it be say basic requirement to enter inside the standard civil service will be level 8. Now say you must get university degree and you must not serve NYSC. But then when you reach to get the overall highest position for inside the country, because you don't need to go school, even common school cert, you don't even need to get. I don't understand. Who they make our laws?
Ab initio, this law that they are amending today was written by one man. I'm telling you, Awalu Yadudu.
The 1999 constitution.
Yes, that you are amending today. It was posted or not on during Abacha regime and all that. Awali Yadudu. He was
so when I talk and say na military, na bring military people na follow
constitution. Yes, now.
And people talk
so
like
now, not only military, the northern element, they why they put that in there is in their own favor. Because of this low level of academic pursuit over there. So they made it so that any of them can become president.
No, Mr. Dallas, this is a serious accusation.
It is, serious. If not, why? Why would somebody put such a thing down? Would they tell me, if not to favor them, what? What other evidence are you looking for? Is that not what favor to a Buhari? Did you see how Buhari use it? All you need to do prove that you can read and write. That's all.
But right now, we don't get so many renowned professors and academicians from the north now. It means it not be the case before now. Even by then, that case.
Listen,
but if they talk to them, you know they plenty in their numbers.
They know there plenty, and the people who have been coming up, look at their academic qualification. In fact, the man Nikki Toby is a Sharia lawyer. Your former attorney general, Islamic lawyer. The other person again, what's his name? Is a so everything is tilting towards Islamic. Go and check our constitution. Almost half of what is in there is all about Islamic way of life and religion. In our national constitution, don't we have Christians there? Why can't they put canon law? So anything you go and say, it's against our religion. Anything that has to do in that constitution,
Mr. you must not talk like this. They make me feel sure.
No, that look at go to the constitution. You see it there now. Did you see what they want to legislate against child marriage by Saraki Senate?
They can't talk in against their.
It's against their now. So a 10-year-old is become an adult as long as she is married to a man and she can vote. Precious. You don't know what is going on in this country. You don't know. Seriously. A 10-year-old girl that must not have her premises in her father's house. What kind of law is that? So before she can start menstruating, she must be married out.
Oh, so Pikin not supposed to start.
That is the law. That is the Sharia law that we are talking about. You don't legislate on such matter. We wanted to legislate that make a computer compulsory for primary to secondary. They said no, we are not ready for it. They shut it down. Why do you think Nigeria is where it is? Where? Why? Go to the National Assembly, go and see the caliber of people they gave you as their lawmakers there. One of them said he's qualified to be Senate president because he had 28 children. And he brought his 5 wives to the Senate chamber to demonstrate that, yes. Can you imagine?
4 wives.
4 wives, he brought them to there and asked them to stand up. And people saw, they say,
the same person will say, you don't reach to get local government.
Good. That is the mentality. Pressure, that is the mentality. I have a gate man. One day, this guy said, I want to travel. I said, you have been traveling a lot. What happened? He said, I want to go and see. I asked him, I said, are you married? One small young man. He said, I said, you are thinking whether you are married. He said, for in place, if you marry one wife, they get respect. Even the woman no go respect you. But when you marry 3 or 4, now that time the woman go respect you. I said, what did you say? With this thing you are doing here, who will pay the bill?
Who can really pay the bills?
In fact, the guys, I now know the mentality. Precious.
No, if a young man everybody day like this.
That is why they would. You see, that is why the northern they are not doing their people a favor. I told you what Awolowo did when he went to Sauduna. Please, you have the money. Give your people free education. The man vehemently refused that. If you train all these people, who will serve our children? So that feudal mentality is what is guiding the north up to tomorrow. And you ask yourself, how do you move forward with this kind of people and with this kind of mentality? How? Pressure, have you seen why you are not moving forward? Have you seen it? Their own is population. We have the number. What is number doing for Nigeria? Election. Every time. Election in Kano. Every time Kano. Because of the population there. Please, are we going to eat population? Look at where we are. 133 million. Go and check now. 70 to 80% are from the north. Yet they are so proud about it. We can't go anywhere with this type of mentality. It cannot work. We are just deceiving ourselves. Except we sit down and decide where we are going. Now, in the next 1 million years, Nigeria is not moving anywhere with this kind of mentality and this kind of.
All right, so Mr. Darlington, we'll go back to the matter we discussed. First of all, waiting gets to do with the Igbo court. Today, we're supposed to hear another news. Get anything we would expect, and FBI is supposed to begin release some documents this week, perhaps between now and this weekend. Inside some of the 2,500 documents that they said they would release batch by batch. You get anything where you expect sharply as they close up?
Now, what I'm expecting is for the needful to be done. Tinubu and his lawyer cannot dictate for the US what to do. This is a criminal matter. It does not die. This is a criminal matter, and the last time I checked, US is fighting anything that had to do with drug, narcotic all over the world. US is fighting it. So if they have a suspect that had to do with peddling drug in US, I don't see why they should cover it. because that is what should be in the mind of.
But you never dey sure na because
I said suspect.
Okay.
I said suspect because is that not what is causing all this issue? So if they have to, they will not close their eyes to what all the allegation or anything that has to do with forgery, because these are the issues. It will change their image if they don't do the needful. Like CSU now, they are fighting for their image. Their image has been dented in the. If you check all the mainstream media in the US, all of them are talking about CSU.
Chicago State University.
I told you the first time we came there, even before this thing broke, that in Chicago. Even one musician sang a song with Chicago, Candy Starting in the ghetto. Chicago mob is very prominent. I told you before this thing broke out. I was the one that told you this thing in our discussion. Chicago is a notorious place. Why do you think they choose that particular place for this kind of infamy? Because that is where they then can be.
So bottom line, you expect the US to see.
I expect them to do the needful. The US that I know will not cover evil.
Okay, so this Supreme Court's burning now. We dey hope say make we rely on waiting the
Akande tell us say nothing, no damage. The time will tell, because we don't have any independent decision of our own now. So let us agree that what he told us is true, but time will tell.
Okay.
Time will tell. Let us see when this incident continue, whether somebody will not come and tell us that one thing is missing or the other one is not missing. Especially, let it not be that what Obi and the article submitted is burnt and they will be looking for it to decide their case. That's what I'm saying.
All right, my people, make we break here. Make we rush go do the work with the use pay us money. Now here that this will go end up for inside updates with Precious. I just say we don't update you small, Barrister Darlington. Don't talk. Oh, something so you talk, say they fear me. But if you like what you see and what you watch inside this channel, make you like them, make you subscribe. Now beg you, beg. Try make you subscribe. Not just watch, go. Try make you subscribe, so that you will fit help this ministry move to the permanent site. We'll go see you on the next time when we'll come back with updates with Precious. My name is Precious. Continue to stay with us.